the next thing we're gonna do is draw a isometric square. So, understanding how to do an isometric square will help you understand how to do isometric anything else. So, we'll start we'll make a big square. We have to decide how big we want this, and I'll make it big just so you can see it better along here. Now, wherever you want to add the bottom of the square is fine. You might want to think about that for your own designs, but I'm just going to do it right here. Notice that I'm going all the way through the ruler. I'm actually making a point of going through it all the way to the edges. And then I'm lining up this space at the bottom of the paper. This tool here is a 30-degree angle, and so we're going to be lining that up at the bottom of the paper because the bottom of the paper is a straight edge. I think I'll just move it over a little bit and you can kind of eyeball it where you want your bottom point. Draw my line and continue my line. There we go. So this is the bottom of our isometric thing, shape, which will be a square. So at this point, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure from this point up to this point, however long I want my square to be. I'm going to choose a simple number like 10, put it right, this point right here, remember it doesn't go all the way to the edge, this point at 0 centimeters, right there on the X, and I'm going to make a mark at 10. This time I'm going to put this 10 mark on the X, and I'm going to make a mark at 0. Alright, so now I have 10 centimeters from here to here and here to here. Alright, so now what? Now we need to make sure that we do vertical lines. The vertical lines will be the edges of the box. So I'm going to use my tri-square here again, and this is a 90-degree angle, so I'm just going to line this 90 degrees up at the bottom of the paper, right on that mark that I made, right next to it, not on it, because on it would be a little big. Lined up nicely down here, and I'm going to draw a line all the way through. I'm going to flip this over, line this up nicely with the bottom of my paper. Nice and even. Notice how careful I'm being to make sure that this is a nice 90-degree angle. And I'm going to draw my line going straight out. Alright, so now we have the sides of our isometric shape and the bottom of our isometric box. Alright, so now we need a vertical line going straight up through the center. So I'm lining it up with the paper on the bottom very carefully. And I'm going to draw a line all the way up through the center. Alright. So now we're going to mark 10 centimeters up because that will be the one side of the box. So I've got my ruler right here. I'm not starting at 0, not at the edge of the ruler. And I am putting it right there carefully, holding it nicely, and I am marking 10 centimeters right here. That is for the front of my box. I'm also going to mark 10 centimeters on this one because I want a square. So my side is going to go up 10 centimeters. And then I'm going to go to this side, I'm going to put it on 10. And I'm going to mark 0. There we go. So now each one is 10 centimeters. So now I'm going to connect these lines. So I'll take this dot right here, go to the center dot, take this dot right here, and I go to the center dot. Okay, so now I'll darken these up so we can start to see our shape. There's one side. There's the bottom. The middle line. The other bottom. The side. And then two sides of the top of the cube. One. Oops, nearly lost my ruler there, gotta be careful. Two. Whoopsie, I did lose my ruler. Gotta hold it down nice and firm. Alright, so now you can see that I've left my guidelines all the way around here, and I've got the darker shape that's starting to form within there. Now, to get the top point, we need to go another 10 centimeters up, and that'll give us the top of our square. We know that this is 10 here, this is 10 here, this is 10, 10, everything's 10. So we're gonna go 10 more up. So I'm gonna put my mark on 10 right here, and I'm gonna make a mark at 0. That'll be 10 centimeters. Now I'm just gonna connect this spot to this spot. And I'm gonna take this top spot again and connect it to this corner spot. And voila, we have an isometric box. Now, if you want to put something inside the box, you can erase guidelines if you want to, but we're going to put something inside the box. We're going to make a hole inside the box, so it looks like this box has spaces in between. So I'm going to take care, put it right at the end, and I'm going to mark, let's do 2 centimeters all the way around. 1, 2, and I'm going to come here. 2 centimeters, top of 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters on this side. Just notice that I'm going through and marking 2 centimeters all the way around. Okay, so I've got my vertical lines forming. I drew the guidelines for these. If you want to, you can use your other tool. It really works well. So make that a little darker so you can see it. There's one. I really like to put my ruler on my pencil dot because it just makes my life easier for finding that other one. There we go. Now these are just guidelines. Part of it will become a hole, but for the most part it's guidelines. And it can be erased later. So now I'm going to turn my paper sideways and I'm going to measure 2 centimeters. Notice it's at an angle. Here. Here. 2 centimeters. Keep it at the same angle as the line. There we go. Do these guidelines. Make sure you don't lose your dots. Mark the wrong ones or something. There we go. You can see that we've formed a hole in this side of the box. Darken it up for you so you can see it. There you go. Now we've got the hole. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, now the top hole we're going to form. A lot of lines going through there, so we're going to darken up where the box is. It's this one right here. Now, when I do this, not on video, I draw these guidelines extremely lightly. I barely put any pressure on the pencil at all, so they're really easy to erase later. So now you can kind of see that we've got this shape here, and this shape here, and this shape here. And there we have an isometric box with a hole in there.